All right. What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. And this one is Jesus Christ. What the hell is that? My telephone? Sorry about that. I guess when I go live, it tells me, alerts me on my telephone. Also, that is the case. I'm waiting for LMR. Seems like we always are waiting for LMR, right? She's gonna join me here tonight. So let's say what up to all you people out here that I see chilling with the Don Tony Teflon. I see a lot of people out here in the chat rocking with me, and I truly appreciate that 100%. So let's go through it and stuff like that. All the people, you got to go live a little bit so that people can, YouTube can alert them when you're live so that people can see. Because sometimes people say they don't be getting alerts. So make sure, YouTube's a little weird when they have this bell situation. Not only do you have to click the bell, but you also have to say that you want all notifications, not just some notifications. So make sure you put all notifications up there. You know what I mean? That's basically how you get all this stuff from YouTube to go out there. But let's say what up to a couple of people out here. I'll put the camera on in a second. I will. All right. So we got what up to my man OTDA? What up to the mother of Krakens? What up to John Delavento? You see how I said the name Delavento? I said it right. His job is trying to mess with the Don Tony Teflon, saying I don't be saying his name right. I said his name right there, right? What up to AK-47, holding down the Gazette for the Don? What up to Danny McKay? What up to Chrissy Oles? What up to KC Atheist? Randy. What up to Moni G in the building right here, rocking with the Don Tony Teflon, and eventually the lady LMR. Oh, what up to Bad Wolf 13. What is going on, people? What up to you? There's a lot of people up in here rocking with us, man. We appreciate that. We totally appreciate that. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. All right, let me. Where's this? Where's Shorty at? I think she should be coming. She told me she'd be here in 5 minutes. When you go live on Facebook, when you have a scheduled time, you have to go live within, I think, like 3 minutes of that time, or Facebook will shut down. It's not like YouTube where you could take an hour, half an hour, James Johnson style. You know what I'm saying? You could stay up there James Johnson style, come on 40 minutes later. You know what I mean? You can't do that. What up, D Smith? What up to Chrissy of Old Stones? Rocking with Don Tony Teflon. What up to everybody out here? We'll get it popping a little bit, as soon as we get some more people rocking up in here with us and stuff. And I will definitely put this on. Who else is up in here? Right here. Who's up in here? Let's put some to show you stuff out here. Moni G is in the building. John Delavento in the building. Chrissy of Old Stones, obviously. As always, Chrissy of Old Stones supports the Don Tony Teflon to the fullest. So I truly do appreciate that, without a doubt. OTDA, back in business. I ain't seen OTDA in a while, you know what I mean? But now he's back up in it. Danny McKay, up in there too. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we got Maria Cruz. Yes, girl. Who are you? Thank you for showing some love, Maria Cruz. We appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. Danny K. Logger says a talk. We hope so. We're going to talk about all this, man. We're going to talk about this. All right. LMR is getting in. I see a thing popping up right now. KJ is up in here. So we start. All right. So we're starting in a second. I don't know what happened. She was there for a second. She's here, but I don't see her picture. So we shall see what up. Definitely Mr. Smoke Bomb Squad. What up? You know what I mean? Listen, the heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, is fighting tonight. Let's start Don's camera real quick. All right. Don's camera's on. What's going on, people? What's going on? Yeah, the heavyweight champion of the world, yours and mine, right? It's rocking tonight, and that is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, right? And everyone knows. If you don't know, let me tell you that the Don Tony Teflon, the man that sits before you right now, is the man who wrote Deontay Wilder's children's book, Deontay, the Future World Champ. I should have a copy of it down here, but I don't, but I should. You know what I mean? So big ups to my man Deontay. I have no doubt that Deontay Wilder would do his thing and knock this dude out tonight. I'm looking for an early knockout for this man. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. Let's see. We got a bunch of people up in here running with him. Sorry if I haven't said your name. Someone's in the I got to read this real quick. Right. Yeah. Elamar, I'll be right back. She'll be right back. She has to check something on the camera and stuff like that. Oh, Santavia. Tavia. Is it Tavia? Tavia Major. She's up in the building. We got Bernie L. Who's up here? All right, there she is. Whoop. What up? Are you good, girl?
Yeah, all good.
All right. LMR is rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. We are here. We're talking about the House of the Dragon. Now, the reason why, we already talked about this House of the Dragon thing, but the reason why we're going to talk about it some more, not only because we're Game of Thrones fans and we just love to talk about House of the Dragon, but we're talking about it because I've been doing a series, and the series is casting the House of the Dragon, putting the people in there that I think that should play, that I would love to see play these parts, right? But, and it seems to be some controversy of people saying that I'm casting the wrong people, saying it's not going to be this is not the part of the show they're going to show, which I think is a little bit hogwashes. You know what I mean? So we're going to go through it, exactly what they have put out there.
Yeah.
So you can see that I am exactly casting the right people in there. Besides,
sounds good.
Elamar, how are you?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, this is such a relaxing time. I made it in time. Sorry for being late. Life kind of caught up with me, and I didn't want to hit too many people on my way here. I'm just kidding. Didn't hit anybody with my car. I made it here all safe. So I want to just say hi to people. I'm sorry, I'm not typing. I cannot multitask right now, so I'm just gonna say hi in general to everybody who said hi to me in the chat. So hey, thanks for chilling with us. It's awesome. How are you, Tony? How is your day going?
My day is going. It's been going. I just picked up this new sweatshirt I had on here. This little sweatshirt just came in, so I'm very happy about that. I love my hoodie in the wintertime. I love rocking them. Good. Ruby Kicks. What up from H-Town rocking? Ruby Kicks right here. Let's put them up on the building right there. Ruby Kicks, what up? You know what I mean? What up, Big E? Put them up on the building right there. What up? You know what I mean? Oh, Moni G says you are looking fabulous, Elamar. And I will say this, we just did a live stream a few days ago about depression, and I don't know if you had a chance to see comments, Elamar, but people have given you a lot of great comments.
Well, thank you.
On there, saying that you made a lot of great points in there, and that some people are actually suffering with depression, and that some of your points they're going to try to use to help them get out of this depression that they suffer with.
That's actually so nice to hear that, and I, like you said, it's everywhere. People, it's a very quiet thing, kind of like drowning. You drown quietly. You don't make sounds because you're full of water and all that. So when depression hits, it's silent many times. People just stay quiet. So it's very important to speak up and to talk to your friends and to check on your friends too. Yeah. But this is it's been a great stream, and right now it's a great topic. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about that.
No doubt. All right, so let's get to this thing real quick. So that people know it's all. Do you have the link right there?
Yeah, let's see. It didn't open at first, but let's see if it's going to open now. Probably was clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, got it. I got the link.
All right. We're going to go through this. This is Harper Bazaar. This is them. So you just read the first part up into where they show the picture of George R. R. Martin's book.
Sure, let's see. So let's try this here on my phone. Okay, we have Dragon Lovers Rejoice. HBO has officially confirmed that it's working on a Game of Thrones prequel show revolving around Targaryens called House of the Dragon. The network announced the news this week after reports broke that another potential prequel show, which focused on the Age of Heroes and starring Naomi Watts, would no longer move to series. It was first reported in September that HBO was close to ordering a pilot of a Targaryen-focused project. Now we have a clear idea of what's in store for the Fiery series. Here's everything we know about House of the Dragon so far. And then we have. Go
All
ahead.
right. So this is so what the problem is. So this is what we know. This is what this video is going to be about. If you read the comment section, that's exactly what it says. Is we're going to talk about what we know of the House of the Dragon so far. All right. That we know that it will be based on George R. R. Martin's book. Would you like to go into that part right there?
Yep. Let's see. Phones be tricky. All right.
I would be reading this myself, but I don't have my glasses on.
Sure, yeah, no. And actually, this is interesting because I'm kind of seeing it kind of for the first time. So let's see how it goes here. It will be based on the George R. R. Martin book Fire and Blood. Martin's tome about the history of House Targaryen, originally released in November 2018, will serve as the source material for the upcoming series. The story begins 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones, we know, and according to its synopsis, it covers major battles like the Dance of Dragons, the Targaryen Civil War, and the aftermath of the Doom of Valyria. A part of the synopsis on Martin's website reads, and then we have the part of the synopsis. This is the synopsis for the, and I'm sure a lot of you already have that book, Fire and Blood. So, yep. Do you want me to go into that or skip the synopsis of the book?
Skip that. So right here, we're going to go to this. So right here, we're saying it's just basically telling us what this book covers. Now, that does not mean that this is what it's going to cover in the show. It's just showing you what this book is. And it's saying it's based on the book. Now, it's not saying that it's based on a specific section of the book. It's not it's not truly saying that it's based on the whole book. But if I had to pick one of the two from what I've just Lamar just read, I would have to say that it's most likely based on the whole book. What would you think from what you just read, Lamar, that the story would be based on?
They're talking about the different parts of it, right? I'm not sure exactly, and I'm sure there's more notes on it somewhere, and people who are following it more closely too, and news is coming up. But I would love for the entire series to just cover the entire book somehow. Not just pick events from it, but do it justice, and somehow throughout the number of episodes they have, a number of seasons they're allowed to actually go ahead and cover it properly. It would be only logical to start in the beginning, though. I'm not sure if they're going to go that way, though. What are your thoughts about that?
I think they are. I think they're going to cover all the books. And I think that as we read on, I think we have a little bit more proof that they will cover all the books, most of the books. Not every story. I don't think they're going to go every story, but I think they want to end in a certain spot, and I think they're going to have to begin somewhere. Because I just don't think that they can just pick a certain spot of the book and say, we're going to start right here. We're not going to give you any backstory of how we got to here, but we're going to start right here, and then people are just going to be able to pick up. There's a lot of characters, a lot of things for people to do that. So if you can, we will take it down to the next part real quick. Who will do there will be episodes written by Ryan.
All right, so there will be 10 episodes written by Ryan Condal. I'm not sure how to pronounce names, but okay. Screenwriter Ryan Condal penned the former USA Network show Colony, as well as the action films Rampage in 2018 and Hercules 2014, both starring Dwayne Johnson. He'll write the House of the Dragon series, which he created with Martin, and serve as the co-showrunner with Battle of the Bastards director Miguel Sapochnik.
All right, let's do Miguel Sapochnik a little bit here.
Okay. Famed GOT director Miguel Sapochnik will direct some episodes. He helmed some of GOT's biggest battle episodes, including Hardhome, Battle of the Bastards, which won him an Emmy, The Long Night, and The Bells, the season 8 battle at King's Landing. While serving as co-showrunner, he'll direct the pilot plus a few more episodes. This marks Sapochnik's first project since signing an overall deal with HBO, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The Game of Thrones universe is so rich with stories, HBO programming precedent. I'm not sure if you want to go into that part too.
Yeah, we're good. We're good where we're at right now. I think that we're good there. Real
Okay,
quick, we
sounds
can
good.
go back. Let me stop screen sharing real quick
Yep.
so we get this backed up. All right. So basically, what we just heard right there is the two people who now it doesn't say, but I guess Miguel Sapochnik is the showrunner. Like he is what Dan and Dave were. All right. He's running the whole show and stuff right there. So that's what it seems like to me, which to me means that if they do have a situation like that, I know people like to see us closer up, so we shall. I know what it means to me is that if it does go into something like that for what it is, we're going to have to get a lot of battles, right? That's what they say that when they bring up Miguel Zapata, that's what he specializes in. I don't think that they would cast him or put him in this position unless they're going to be a lot of huge battle scenes. I don't think if they were making Gone with the Wind, they would put Miguel Sapochnik in there. You know what I mean? I don't think if they were making a Shawshank Redemption, they would put Miguel Sapochnik in there. He has a specialty right now, what he's known for, and that is battle scenes. So do you believe that they're going to have a lot of battle scenes in this?
They better, Tony. Those are my favorite episodes. I mean, oh my God, the episodes as I was reading them, those were my favorite episodes, all of them. So why would they bring somebody who specializes in that and not use his talents? Obviously, he might have different talents as well, for which I'm sure we're gonna see. But like this book there's a lot of battle. It's a conquest, right? There's a lot of things over there that require taking over things, and blood of blood and bone fire. So it's only natural that they would first of all hire him and use him. If they just get him for the name, then that's a shame that they're not using him to his full potential.
That the Dragon Demand what up to the Dragon Demands. It's the first time I'm seeing them up in the chat. So everybody say what up to the Dragon Demands. He's a YouTube channel based on Game of Thrones. Also, I've watched this things many times. And he says in his post, in his blog post, Martin said to read the prequel novellas, which happens to be just on the dance. He did not mention Sons of the Dragon, but I might be reading into that. Well, I think that while George R. Martin did say read that, I think that will be some point of it, but I don't know if that will be the only thing of it. I don't think that it will just be like that. I think that when we deal with this man directing all these battle scenes, the most battles that we see, even when we see other battles in this book, but the majority of battles we do see is on the conquest, right? Where the most epic battles are from the conquest. So I would think that from the conquest, I think it would have to start there. I think it has to start with Aegon's and I think there would be jumps in it. I don't think they'll do everyone because it depends how successful the show is. Right. So, but I think they start with Aegon's conquest. I don't think they'll do the Doom of Valyria. I think they may show that in the flashback, but I think it'll start, me personally, right when Aegon decides. I think it'll start when Argilac the Arrogant sends words to Aegon that he wants his help and offers him stuff. I think it'll go around that point. I think it'll be something like that. You know what I mean? So that's where I think that it's going to start. But we're going to talk more about that. We're going to keep reading what we have some more in here. You're going to keep reading.
We'll do my best. Let's see. Let me just find this here.
You want me to take the next part?
No, I mean, yes, you can go ahead. I'm just looking it up right now. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me see real quick. Gotta go back to screen share. Why doesn't it just keep that up there for you? I don't know, but I'll take it. All right. I gotta be a professional about this. All right. It says George R. Martin will be involved, but not for a while. In a post on his blog about news, the Song of Ice and Fire author confirmed that he would, in fact, be involved in the new series, but not until he's finished writing the long-awaited 6 books in the series that inspired the original Game of Thrones series. And let me scroll down a little bit. It says, I am not taking on any scripts until I have finished and delivered The Winds of Winter, he wrote. All right. The show may revisit some of Game of Thrones' iconic shooting locations. In his blog about the new series, Martin also suggests that it might revisit countries that served as filming locations for Game of Thrones, including Ireland, Iceland, Scotland, Croatia, Morocco, Malta, and Spain. All right, so in dealing with that real quick, with that situation, we see that George R.R. Martin is not going to be involved right away. Now, I don't think that the series gets made without him having already given his okay. To me, it suggests but you know, I this is just me. I think the man the Winds of Winter is already done. Me personally, I think I think he's done with it. I think you know, he's in the post of that book right now. I don't think he has a lot to write, because I don't think he would take on this if that was not the case. You know, I don't think that he would take on this whole new series if he hasn't had that written. And if we look at the way George R.R. Martin writes, from what I've seen, is he usually writes a lot and then he moves it to the other book. So I think he may have had a lot of stuff from Dance. Like we look at the a chapter with Euron Greyjoy, right? I'm trying to think of the name of the chapter that he released that didn't make it to Windsor, or didn't make it to Dance with Dragon. What was the name of the Forsaken chapter, right? When he released that chapter, The Forsaken, he wrote that chapter. You know, he wrote that years and years ago, and he just moved that to the Winds of Winter. So it's not like it's all new material. When he wrote this Fire and Blood book, he had already put a lot of this stuff out already in the World book, but wrote so much that he had to go and make a Fire and Blood book and use everything else. But some of this stuff had already been used. I think that's kind of like his style. So I think he already had a lot of stuff already written for the Winds. And, you know, when I write, me personally, I don't know how he does it or anything else like that, but I'm talking about me. When I write stuff and I'm just a rewriter. Like I'll write something and then I'll go back and read it and then I'll rewrite it, which is bad for me. That's why it's hard for me to get stuff done. You know what I mean? Wait a second. We have a celebrity in the building sighting right here. Sir L.T. Giles. Well, where the hell is Sir L.T. Giles been? I have not seen Sir L.T. Giles. The ladies' man. The ladies' man. Sir L.T. I've not seen this cat in at least 6 months. What up to my Sir L.T. Giles? Up in the building, rocking with Tony Teflon and Lady Elmar on a Lady in a Dime podcast right here.
Awesome. You're bringing people back, Tony. You're bringing them back. God. Yeah.
I'm bringing sexy back. I'm like Justin Timberlake. You know, we bringing LT Giles back. We bringing sexy back, baby.
Oh, it's awesome how this series is becoming, you know, new thing, and people are kind of you know, the love for this is not dead. We're just, you know, hibernating a little bit, but it's coming back. It's awesome to see everybody here.
No doubt. I forgot my point, what I was making.
Every time you say that, Tony, I forget what you're saying.
I guess people don't care about that. So I was saying, so George, I think that's George R.R. Martin's writing style. I think he had a lot of this book written from previous chapters that he's sharpening up. When I write my books, I rewrite stuff and I'm constantly rewriting stuff, and I can't get ahead because I'm always going back, reading the stuff already written and revising that. I never get a chance to push the story ahead, and I get stuck on those chapters. Maybe he's like that. Maybe he's rewriting stuff like that, and this is not getting ahead. But I don't think he would have took this project on if he did not already have a way to had this done. You know what I mean? Had most of this done, this book done. So I think we'll get the Winds of Winter next year. I don't think we'll have to worry about that, because this is not coming out to 2021. I believe there's no way it can come out in 2020. It's impossible to shoot, cast, and shoot, get it all done. That, especially with the special effects, you know, it's going to have a huge budget. HBO's already ordered the episodes, but that brings us to the next screen sharing part, what HBO has done. All right, let me pull this up again for you people up here real quick. All right, so it says right here, the show has received a full series order from HBO. Days after it was revealed that HBO ordered a pilot for House of the Dragon, news broke that the network actually ordered a full 10-episode series. HBO has already released a first promotional trailer poster for the project, complete with a very Targaryen tagline, "Fire will reign." All right, now we're going to go right into this right here. When we see this tagline, "Fire will reign," LMR. When
Mm-hmm.
you hear this tagline, and they had to put it up there for a reason, "Fire will reign." What does that make you think of?
Well, I love how the whole play on words, rain versus rain, but they spell it REIGN. So, the ruling part, not just raining. But when I hear it, it's not just that they're gonna rule and this is how they were formed, but it will rain fire, literally. We will see. And from this, if they don't show me dragons and fire and blood and kind of, the gore of, hopefully depending on how HBO does it this time, of what it takes to conquer a country or an area, then I will be disappointed. I'm expecting to see fire raining down from above and later on them becoming rulers over that area.
Yeah, I have to go. AK4 says it right here. Where you see if rain equals rule. She puts in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with you. I think that just from this title right here, what makes me have to think that without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be the Aegon's conquest, because fire will reign, the reign of the Targaryens. Fire rains down on everyone during the conquest. So I think that it has to be that. It has to start with there, because when you look at every other thing else in the book, fire does not reign that much prevalent in the other thing, what other things that we see. We see the doomed dragons on certain levels, but not to the level where you would need a Miguel Sapochnik to do it. The only time we have that was the Field of Fire. When we get the Field of Fire, you know what I mean? You need some Miguel Zapata. When you get Harrenhal, like fire will rain. Like this is the rain, how the rain started with fire. That's where I take it from. That's what I believe when reading that. I hear in my heart that it has to be that. So I think that we will start with Aegon's conquest. And I think that later on we'll go down the books. I
Mm-hmm.
think we'll skip a little bit, or they won't
Mm-hmm.
do every little story, in it, but they'll hit all the hot spots. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I
Yep.
think that's what it's going to be.
Hopefully it will be balanced properly, and just because the book does it, let's say book concentrates a lot on this subject or that subject, doesn't mean that it can be well or efficiently portrayed in a series. So obviously they know what they're doing, hopefully at this point, so they will in my opinion concentrate on making a point of what can be shown and an actual full-blown episode, and presenting it thoroughly versus kind of like a flashback or kind of a quicker zoom through that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What up to Sarah K, someone, and Catherine Harding up in the building, rocking with us? You know what I mean? So appreciate everyone rocking with us. All right, so we're gonna
Awesome
go.
friends.
That we're gonna go on a little bit down past this. Is that all we have?
I think that's all.
That's it.
That's it. That's what they give us.
That's all
Let's
they give
see.
us. There is no release
Release
date
date.
or
Yeah.
cast yet. All right,
Hmm.
so there's no more screen sharing going on here. Let's take off screen sharing then, people. All right, so we have gotten through what we have. Sorry, I almost said Alamo on that. She's all right. There we go. So, and people like to see us together. All right, there we go.
There we go.
So we have gotten now. One thing I know I've heard somewhere, and this person right here. Thank you for joining us right here. There's one thing that I heard from. What was it again? Now I'm drawing a blank. All right, and it was that they said that if things go the way they plan, all right, and this was the showrunner saying, if it goes the way they plan, they would like to end with the Dance of Dragons.
Hmm.
All right, so that's what they specific. I can't find it right now, but I know 100% that is what they said. They said if it goes the way they plan, they will end with the Dance of Dragons. Therefore, if they're going to end with a Dance of Dragons, it means they can't start it.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think they're going to do the Dance of Dragons is what? Oh, we got a super chat in the building.
Fernandez T. Thank you.
And she always got the Don's back. Thank you so much. He says, for the love of Teflon and LMR. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. 100%. We don't get a lot of super chats up in here. So I appreciate everyone we get. I don't care if it's 1 penny. We appreciate all the super chats we get. So what I'm saying there is everybody give a shout to Fernandez Chi. Raise a glass of Fernandez Chi for super chat right there. Thug
Awesome.
Mug
Cheers.
raise a glass. Lamar, you ain't drinking tonight. What's going on?
I don't have my stuff. I do actually. I can open a soda. I will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we Lamar's drinking soda. I got the Hennessy bottle behind me. I'll take a shot for any super chat we get. We get take a shot. So we're gonna take a shot right now for Fernandez T. All right. Because anytime we get a super chat, we taking a shot of the Henny.
Ooh, nice.
The Henny that was given to me by the mother of blankets at the Con of Thrones, Nancy T. So I'm about to get a shot glass. Where's my shot? Elmar made a shot glass. Hold it down for me.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Tony. And I'm just thinking this is actually a very nice way to, I guess, start or end a weekend, depending how you're thinking about that. Next time I'll probably have something else than just the soda. So if anybody does the super chat of some kind, it'll be a fun way to kind of, I guess, have a sip of something relaxing here. But this is quite good, so I'll just stick to that for today. I bet that's delicious.
I'm back up in the building.
Awesome.
We getting Sarah K. What up to everybody up here? We got the shot. You see the Don. He's pouring.
There we go.
You're not playing around here. We drinking the shot. I told you to do it. Here we go. Balloon.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good stuff. You know what I realized about Hennessy? Someone just told me recently that people, like Asian people, love. It's like the number one drink for Asian people right now.
Wow.
Never would have thought it.
I wonder how. I've never had that. I wonder how it tastes.
It tastes very harsh. I will say that Hennessy is to what black people is to what Jack Daniels is to white people.
Jack Daniels.
That's the best way I could put it. You know what I mean? It's like that. You know what I mean? It's like.
Oh, I see. John Del Bento says warms your throat. Well, it's winter time, so cheers, people. Drink up.
It does more than warm your throat, boy.
Warms the entire body.
It warms you up. It warms you up. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is what it is. So me going back to this House of the Dragon situation, when they say that if things work out to the way they wanted to, that it was going to end with House of the Dragons, means they're going to start way before. I mean, and ends with the Dance of Dragons, means to me they're going to start way before the Dance of Dragons. All right, the Dance of Dragons, I think, will probably be the last 2 seasons. They'll do the Dance of Dragons, maybe stretch it to 3, but most likely 2 seasons of the Dance of Dragons, and then it ends with Aegon on the throne again. Like it starts with Aegon on the throne, and then it ends with Aegon on the throne. You know what I mean?
That's kind of like a full circle.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think is going to be the full circle. You know what I mean? The Columbus.
Yeah.
Of the situation, right? I think it's going to be like that. That's what I believe it's going to be on it. But everyone, you have the right. So when people see me making these videos and you want to say Tony Teflon, they're not casting Aegon. You can say it all you want. All right. What they do, they do. And if they use the people I casted, I'm going to say they watched my video. Whether they did or not, I'm going to say it. So just know it right now that's going to go. Someone had to pull out the wine. Who is this right here saying they had to pull out the wine? Who is this right here?
Miss Sylvine.
Miss Sylvine. What up, Miss Sylvine? I don't know if I've seen Miss Sylvine before. I haven't seen Miss Sylvine.
I don't remember that name unless there was a name change or I just spaced out with names.
Well, thank you, Miss Sylvine.
Yeah.
Rocking with the Don and LMR. Please subscribe to Teflon TV and the lady LMR. LMR living my rhapsody. I'll just say LMR for short. There. So let's go into some people I gotta look at. I don't even remember who I casted for these roles.
Totally.
So real quick, we're gonna go into some people. I'm gonna ask you
Sure.
in the chat and LMR if they're going to cast Aegon Targaryen's sisters' wives. All right, let's start with Visenya, the brutish one. All right. Who would you like to see play that role? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, Lamar. You don't know.
Seriously, I actually don't. I'm so bad with names. For me, if somebody says this name, I'm like, give me the title of the movie and who they were playing, kinda. So I'm really bad with names. So if you have like suggestions, I'll just
Well, let's just take Sarah's K right here. She says the actor who plays Rollo could play anyone. Now Rollo from Vikings, right? I don't know if anyone has seen Vikings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like him, and I don't think he could play anyone. Right? I think that is a woman wanting to see him with his shirt off. And I don't blame you. Like, I want to see him. That's fine. All right, that's fine. I think that I haven't casted him and everything. Now I've casted a lot of a lot of Vikings actors so far in the series. I have not casted him. All right. But I think it has to be a bigger role from right in the beginning. I'm starting with the Conquest. I don't think there's a role for him in the Conquest. All right. But we have right here, someone else is saying that they would like to see Lagatha.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going with the names, the Vikings names, right? So Lagatha as Visenya, right?
Visenya, I think they mentioned,
That is, I think, who I casted in the role, and I think that she would be perfect for that role. I mean, if you're gonna have a brutish woman who's also sexy looking, you know what I mean? I think you have to. I think that she is the one that it was. Peter Griffin said he is the body double for Rollo. Listen, so he's a body double. Peter Griffin's right there for Rollo. You know, if you are interested in Rollo and you want who cares about the body doubles? What's real? Contact Peter Griffin. You know, get him in his DMs, and maybe he will come over there and pull a magic mic for you. I'm not saying he will, but I'm saying it's possible. AK has the real name. Oh no, I'm sorry, KJ. Put it up in there. Hit me real quick. AK has the real names in here. And she's saying Visenya Targaryen, Kate Winnick, perfect casting. And I have to agree that's who the Don Tony Teflon casted for this in my series. I casted her for this role. I think that she would be perfect to play this part right here. You know,
I wonder how they will pick, because a lot of those actors do have blonde hair or naturally blonde hair or kind of lighter hair color, which makes them, I guess, more natural looking versus somebody who has either a wig or dyes their hair blonde. But like with Daenerys, right? At first I didn't know her as an actress, and I thought she was blonde, and then obviously I googled her, and it turns out no, she's not blonde at all. So, but I didn't know her from before, and to me, the first time I saw her being blonde, that just clicked. It was fine. They did it perfectly. She looks beautiful with blonde hair. It does look natural. Even though we know, I mean, to me at least, I mean, she can pull it off. I wonder if they pick anybody else who we've seen before with darker hair, if it's going to clash a little bit.
Well, I think that I don't really deal with hair color when it comes to acting, unless it's a redhead, all right? Because redheads are really fair skinned. You know what I mean? So skinned. I said skinned. Skinned.
Well, good. We know what you mean, Tony.
God damn, and it's leave me alone. All right,
it's working.
And I would just say that I don't know if you can pull up something different from them. I don't know if you can change their hair color and them still look right with it. I don't know. Is this your natural hair color, Ellen? I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't.
Of course it is. Sure. I fix it every 2 weeks.
You see, that is perfect. Is a perfect hair color for you. You pull off any hair.
Thank you.
I would love to see you as a redhead. I would love to put a redhead.
I had all kinds of hair color besides green. I had purple, from dark black to brown to red. I was a redhead, but I didn't have anything green unless, no, I don't think I had anything.
I would like to see these pictures of the redhead.
I should bring them to one of the cons. You'll see.
DM me.
I should do that.
All right. Dragon the Man, he says this. Well, the alternate theory is that build up to the dance means they will start with Rogue Prince, novella stuff, and Rayella as a child. But there's a big chance I'm wrong. Love both conquests. Oh, I appreciate you saying that there's a big chance you're wrong. And there's a big chance you could be right too, sir. So yes, it could start with that. But me personally, when I as the things that I have broken down, I'm just going by. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But the things from what I'm seeing here right now is that it most likely is going to be start with Aegon Targaryen and the conquest. I am Oris Baratheon and all that. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yep.
Is this right? Oh, thank you so much, Dragons Demand. I appreciate that. So I just posted a link to Tony Swinner's feed on the post about this live chat to this European trademark database. We've been able to see that the trademark they registered for House of Dragon. Thank you so much for posting anything on my Twitter feed. My Twitter feed doesn't get a lot of use, so anything posted there, I truly appreciate. We're gonna have to have the Dragon Demand on LMR.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Get him on here.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was on before with Costume Co. Talking about all the costumes. I've seen that, you know what I mean? And we have to have Costume Co. on too, actually. We have to get Costume Co. on too. So
a lot of great people, a lot of great creators from different not genres, but from different points of what makes this an entertaining show.
Exactly. Yeah. I always see he does a lot of, Dragon the Man does a lot of, how could I put this? I want to put this right, and I don't want people to, he does a lot. He puts out a lot of stuff that is very educational, and he breaks down the behind the scenes stuff about the about Game of Thrones, and I like hearing about that stuff. You know what I mean? All right, we have someone here says, what was this? Carl Urban as Oris Baratheon. Let's see if we can pull up a picture of Carl Urban and see if we see him as Oris Baratheon. Let me see if I can do this for you real quick. Carl Urban. Let's just take a look at that. So we get a picture of Carl Urban. Images real quick. So real quick, let me go back here. We're gonna pull a picture of this guy for you and see if we think this is a good Oris Baratheon. All right, we all know about Oris Baratheon, so let's take a look and see if this is it right here.
They actually have him in blonde hair too, or depending, if not, in case if they wanted to go for blonde versus darker hair.
So this is Carl Urban. All right, so this is the guy who is basically starring in the show right now in the Boys. All right, so he's starring in The Boys. You said there's a picture. So Oris Baratheon, he has black hair, I do believe.
Okay.
Right? So I don't think that the blonde hair.
Yeah, we need it.
Here is him as it's probably a better look for him. Thinking this is him while he was playing in Thor Ragnarok. I did not even know that was him until I just pulled this picture up.
He's a good when they do that, when they kind of disappear, when they blend in. I like that because it's not, they're able to blend in.
I think that he'd make a decent Oris Baratheon, but the problem I would have with him is he's not big enough to me. I think he has to be a more muscular person to be Oris Baratheon, because Oris Baratheon is not when we look at the Game of Thrones cast and the people in the Game of Thrones, not a lot of really muscular people. For all of Game of Thrones, there really has not been a lot of muscular people in there. We have not seen like a huge muscularity of people in there, right? I mean, when you ask me about it, I don't know. Was there really muscular people in Game of Thrones?
Besides Jason Momoa and maybe the Mountain, and I'm not sure Hound, if he's considered muscular. He's always covered up.
Not muscular at all.
He's not. No, I didn't. Yeah, I just saw armor.
Dude, he's not muscular. I would say he's muscular.
Yeah, I mean? You're right. Like they're usually, there's not much. Of that. Yeah.
So maybe Jason Momoa, he's a big dude. He's pretty muscular. I think he's more muscular now than he was during Game of Thrones. He's a big cat, you know what I mean? And I think they put him against a lot of actors are very small. Like people don't realize how small actors are until I've seen that. I've been around some of these actors in person. You know what I mean? Not just talking games. My friends know people, and I just tag along. But I've seen a lot of them in person. A lot of these cats is very small. Like people may look at that dude. I can't think of his name. Michael B. Jordan, right? You see Michael B. Jordan, and you seen him play Rocky 2, and you're like, oh, Michael B. Jordan, he's muscular, he's this, he's that. Yeah, Michael G. Jordan weighs 154 pounds.
Oh,
He's a little guy. He's muscular on the show. But in reality, when you see him in person, he's a 154-pound man. That's not that big of a man. When you look at Floyd Mayweather is 147 pounds. You know, so when you see him up there posing, doing everything else, that's not that big of a dude. Even Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a big guy back in his time, but in his prime. But he's only 5'9.5".
Oh,
I'm taller than Mike Tyson. When I met Sylvester Stallone, I was towering over Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my.
Towering.
They make them maybe from I never knew how short Tom Cruise was until I actually read up on him back, you know, and but they actually make those lovely camera angles, right? And it completely fools you. The camera adds on height too, probably.
They cast people their height or shorter.
Yeah.
Not to you know what I mean? Not to outdo and make them look so small and stuff, you know what I mean? But they're small people. They're very chiseled, they're very muscular. They have no excuse but to be, all right? Because when it's your job to be an actor and your job is to get in shape, that's your job. Anyone could be that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But when you have a regular job plus kids and then have to go to the gym, it's much harder to get in shape than when your job is that you have a personal trainer.
Yeah, that is your job to do that.
A cook that's cooking for you. You best be in shape. All right? You have no excuse not to be in shape right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is not 5'10". If they would say Sylvester Stallone, maybe 5'7" if he's lucky. Maybe 5'7". Dragon Demand says, I really hope they cast mostly unknowns for these roles because a big problem we had with the later Game of Thrones season was that celebrities cast playing themselves more Maisie than Arya. All right, so I agree. I think that they will cast a lot of unknowns for these roles, but I think that we also have a certain amount of actors that this is their specialty, doing these type shows, and they go from one show to another show. You know, when you look at the woman who played Marjorie Tyrell. What's her real name? The cat-eye looking lady. I can't think of her name now. Marjorie Tyrell.
I'm gonna look it up.
Marjorie Tyrell. What's her real name? Chat. What is it right now? According to Google, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone ain't no damn 5'10". I will tell you for a fact, there's no way he's 5'10". Thank you, Maria Jade Starkwalker. Beautiful. I love Starkwalker. I love the saying Starkwalker. Starkwalker. I love it. I love Starkwalker. Natalie Dormer. When you look at people like Natalie Dormer, she played in the
Tudors.
She played in the show
Tudors.
The Tudors, right?
Yeah.
And she basically, if you look at the show that she played in the Tudors, it was basically the same exact role, right? She was a queen who got put in jail, who basically got murdered. This is basically the same exact role she played in this show. The exact same thing, right? So we see certain actors that they specialize in this that I think will be recasted from other shows to be brought in this show. All right. So I think that though it's good to have unknowns, I do think that we lost something when we lost the main characters from Game of Thrones. Now, in the beginning of Game of Thrones, we had Sean Bean, a very known actor who did a great job, right? I think we never got a substitute from Sean Bean. Oh, we got another super chat. We're gonna put that up there, and we're gonna talk about this in a sec. But we never got another actor to take his spot that was good enough to take his spot. You know, when we had it. Also, I think that if you look at the cast from the first couple of seasons, when they died off, I think the show went down a level. You know, because I think you had to depend on other people carrying the show. And I don't think they were able to carry it as well as when they were on it. When we lost Tywin Lannister, when we lost Sean Bean, we lost these quality, or we lost the lady who played Sean Bean's wife. I can't think of her name.
You mean the actress actually her real name, or
her real name?
Yeah, I'm horrible with names. I'm like the worst person. First of all, I butcher the names, but that's why we have our friends here, lovely chat, who can help us.
When we lost Catelyn, we lost Sean Bean, Michelle Fairley. Thank you very much. AK-47 is on the ball.
Awesome.
Boy. You know what I mean? When we lost Michelle Fairley, when we lost these people, you know, I think that is what I think. I don't think we ever got over that. I don't think they were ever able to replace that with the people that they brought up in there. You know what I mean? I just don't think that these other actors that they thought, these unknown actors that could carry the show, I don't think they were able to carry the show. I think the same exact thing with Vikings happened too.
Oh.
That when we lost the main person in Vikings, right? When we lost the main, when you look at the first couple of seasons of Vikings, look at those actors compared to what we have now.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's exactly the same. I don't think the quality of acting is exactly the same. And we lost Ragnar, and we lost the king he took the power from, and everyone else. We lost those people. I don't think that we were ever able to maintain the same level. So I think they have to watch that. And I know that it's a big deal that they want to have people and kill people off quick. That's like the new thing, right? It's like a Shining effect coming back all over. We're gonna kill the main cast person right in the beginning. And you know, Ned Stark said, we're gonna take the main person, we're gonna kill him off the first season and shock everyone. But when you do that, you have to ask yourself, can these next people carry on the mantle? Are they strong enough to do it? I don't think that Kit Harington, as an actor, I think he's played a good Jon Snow, but I think he kind of got exposed this last season. I don't know whether it was the lines that were written for him, because he really didn't say a lot. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it was kind of all throughout the actors. There was a lot of non-speaking compared to other. The word count was not that high. Let's just say across. Yeah,
I don't think he carried it. You know, Jon Snow never became what Sean Bean was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I just don't think it is right there. Dragon the Man says, I think that Carl Urban might be a bit too old to play Oris. Maybe an older Oris given the time. Yeah. So when you start with these actors, Aegon, I don't think that it's ever mentioned if Oris is older than Aegon. I don't know if it's ever put. So in the chat, if you know that, please put it in there. But I don't think they ever specifically at any time say exactly. They say at an Aegon and sisters who's older and all that. But Oris, they always say is his brother. But I don't think they ever say is he older than Aegon or younger than Aegon. I don't think they ever specifically say that exactly.
Okay.
I don't know if they do that. We got a lot.
And then not to forget Alexander Wilson's super chat. So again, thank you, Alexander.
Oh, that means I got to take a shot right there.
Exactly. I was not gonna let you not take a shot.
Actually, take a shot anytime. We get that. We gonna pour it up in there.
Yeah. Next time I'll be ready. Next time we have a stream, and just in case if anybody does a super chat, I'm gonna have something warming here. Cheers, Tony. You're ready for winter. Definitely ready for winter.
Winter is coming.
Good stuff.
All right.
Again, thank you, Alexander.
Thank you for the super chat. Truly appreciate. Thank you for everybody stopping by and chilling with us. Tim from the basement. Thank you for getting out the basement and rocking with us right now. There's Elisa. Thank you. Thanks for I'm lucky to got on to check. Thank you for that. John H is in the building. Got a bunch of people in here. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, man. So you can come up in here and rock with us, man. You know, we truly do appreciate that. So, you know, we talking about then. Kate Beckinsale as Rhaenys. We can look up Kate Beckinsale real quick. Let me pour this real quick. If I can.
Okay.
Get this in there. And then we'll look up Kate Beckinsale and we'll see if we think that she's good for Rhaenys. I can't. You know, if you wonder who the Don casted, please check out my videos on my cast.
Beautiful lady. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me pull this up. Kate Beckinsale.
Gorgeous.
So Carl Urban. What do we think on Carl Urban? I think he could do it, but I think not height wise. I think he's good. He may, as the Dragon the Man says, he may be a little bit too old for the casting. I don't think I would put him there myself.
And they will be going through a lot of actors, won't they? Since they're gonna be, I wonder how it's gonna be. How many will last throughout the the series or throughout the seasons? Since they're gonna be probably maybe jumping, or if not jumping, going through longer spans of time. Oh,
They definitely jump. All right, here we go. This is Kate Beckinsale right here. For Rainey's, this is supposed to be the sexier woman. And you know, I don't think that she's sexy. Listen, this is a beautiful woman. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But she has to be sexier. If we're gonna cast, if we are going to cast the lady from Vikings.
True, comparing the both, yeah.
She has to be much sexier than her. And I don't think that she is, because Aegon supposedly wants to sleep with this chick more than she does with the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her being more sexier than her at all. At all.
Who did you have posted, Tony? Who did you have picked for her?
I will put it out. I will
all right.
Let me stop sharing the screen. Sure. And then I will show you who I picked for her real quick. Let me pull it up. It take me a second to get that because I don't know a name right off the bat.
Okay. And I go, of course, thank you to Paul Wilson for a super chat. 10, and I'm not sure, 10 pounds is it? I'm not sure what that mark means, but I think it's 10 pounds.
10 pounds? What are you trying to get me drunk for? What is she played Guinevere. One second. Images. Why would it go to that? Jesus Christ. It's terrible.
It's not sharing?
Yeah. No, no, you can't see this, right?
No.
Oh, sorry. All right. This is who I picked right here to play to play this role. I think that she is Chrome, and here we go. All right, this is who I picked right here to play the role. This woman right here. I think that she is the perfect person to play this role because I think that she is sexier, without a doubt. I think
I'm not familiar with her. I don't think, and this is although I know the guy next to her from something.
This is from Camelot. The show
Camelot. Okay.
That came out a long time ago. I'm trying to see if I can find more pictures of her. She was not the star of the show. But we'll see if we can find some more pictures of her real quick. Oh, Camelot. I want to.
And quick hi to Kevin Cleary. How are you? Awesome to see you.
Oh, Kevin Cleary's in the building?
Yeah. I just noticed him, yeah.
This is because what happened was I put out a rant right there about him last week. All right. So this is her right here.
Okay. Okay. I see that.
All right. I think that she's more. Listen, I think the other woman is beautiful, but I think when it comes to sexiness, I probably want to sleep with her a little bit more too. I could see this being the woman right here. This should be the woman.
And this is a good contrast to Lagatha, I would say, because the Kate is more there's less. I don't want to say less feminine as a person, but more. She looks stronger and kind of. Not like somebody who should be protected. This lady right here looks like she would need more protection just from visual. She's more. It's difficult to describe, but I think I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Comparing the
look like
both.
they could be sisters, right? They have to be sisters too.
Yeah.
You know, so they have to have that same look.
Yep.
You know, so I think that this would look more like they were sisters more than who the person wanted. And she's a very beautiful woman. There's no doubt about it. We're not saying anything like that, but that's
Fair
who I
enough.
picked. I'm not gonna give away all my videos here.
Check them out, right?
Go watch them. I would truly appreciate it if you did.
We have one more super chat from Alexander Wilson, and then I'm not sure if you heard, Tony, we had a super chat from Paul Wilson as well.
What are they
So
trying to do to me here? Something going on.
Next time I have to be ready. I'm going to help you out, Tony, next time, so we can
There's
take
something going on here. And what's going on here is wrong. All right? No, we're gonna pull the bottle out again. Take 2 shots for this. Right. Got the bottle out. We doing what we doing, man. Yeah.
That's actually a great idea, everybody. Let's get Tony in extra happy mood.
What are y'all trying to do to me?
It's the weekend.
Those are our people. The legend. Who is this? The legend? Who's this? The legend? Right here, calling me out. The legend. You gotta be subscribed to my channel. You calling me out like that, brother. Here we are again.
Cheers.
Oh.
That's the way to have a weekend.
I'm going to wait 1 second. Gonna get me to take this. I'm not drinking this whole bottle tonight. I'm not. I don't care how much money is in here.
You're gonna take a tally later and then save rest for the next stream. Yeah. Fernandez, he says Elamar needs some shots too, and I'm so not ready with shots at all. So, but I'll be ready for next time. I promise. I promise. I won't let Tony do it by himself because he needs to click out of here at some point, right? We need
I
Tony.
don't just want to just fall my face. If you see my face like this and you see the hat down, it's over. That means it's over.
Tony.
Please, everyone, go home. Big Kev, I hate you. What are you doing? I have love for you, Big Kev.
You're gonna sleep well tonight, Tony.
You got love that. But thank you, Big Kev, for the donation. All right, Edward Martin taking shots of Patron with the Don. I'm very happy. First off, talk about my man Kevin Cleary real quick. Where's my man Kevin Cleary at? He's put a statement up in here. My brother Kevin Cleary. Love Kevin Cleary. So Kevin Cleary met him at Con of Thrones. I would just like to say that this Con of Thrones, Don Tony Teflon, is the 3-time. Look, you see them right there?
Yep.
That's 3. That's 3 right here. You see that? Not many people could say they are 3-time. Since Con of Thrones has been in existence, the Don Tony Teflon has been there to grace it. All right. So since that has happened, I've been able to grace. I'm a 3-time person of Con of Thrones. I don't know how many other YouTube content creators can say that. Not many. God damn it. Not many.
Not many.
Some may be able to say 2, but 3 from the jump. I've been up in this piece, you know what I mean? Rocking with y'all from Con of Thrones, ripping it down, doing everything I do. And I will say that the Don Tony Teflon's room is reserved. So
nice.
There.
Nice.
It's done time.
You're talking about obviously Con of Thrones, right? Right now? Sorry?
What did I say? I didn't say Con.
No, you didn't say which one. I don't think. You said it's reserved. For this one. There we go. For that one. Awesome.
I am reserved for Con of Thrones.
Good.
Right.
Perfect.
I'll be up in there, you know what I mean? That's
perfect.
What it is, you know what I mean?
And let's not forget shout out to Jessica. What a lovely lady. It was amazing meeting your friends. It was amazing. So of course, shout out to Jessica.
Kevin Cleary. Kevin Cleary is the man who gave the Don this bottle right here. I got this from Kevin Cleary at the Con of Thrones and his beautiful wife. He better be fiance.
But you're saying wife because you better, right?
You got no choice. This is the problem now, Kevin Cleary. You have the problem. You brought your shorty to the Don Tony Teflon, and I met her, and now I'm saying that she's like my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got no choice to marry that woman. If you don't marry that woman, don't ever get kind of gay because you got beef. You got beef with me that she contacted Don and said, "Yo, Kevin Cleary to marry me. We coming for you, Kev. We coming for you." She best marry my sister, right? Because they have so much. Listen, when you talk about going to the con and meeting beautiful people and meeting friends and meeting people you see up in this real quick, I would just have to say that, you know what I mean? He is one of the nicest person and his fiance that I ever met. I'm so happy to be their friend, so proud to be their friends, and I can't wait for them to get married and they deserve each other and they're gonna have a beautiful life. You know what I mean?
And it's, I think, coming up. I think it's closer to, I think, April, or if I'm remembering it correctly. So it's coming up, coming up.
If you want to invite me to the wedding, hey, I'm just saying, you can. I really show up. I'm not playing. I'll show up. We have someone up there. Someone here beefing with me. Smoker Hannes. Someone else that I met. She's two-time kind of Thrones go, I think. Smoker Hannes. I don't think she was there all 3 years. Was she there 3 years in a row?
Not sure. That was my first con over there. My first Con of Thrones. So I'm not sure.
I don't know if she's 3 times. Elamar's the first time goer. You know what I mean? I don't know if Smoke. I'm trying to think if Smoke was a 3-time goer. I know she's a 2-time goer. I know I met her before that. You know what I mean? Oh no, she's saying she's a 3-time goer. She's a 3-time kind of Throne goer. So we got love for Smoker Hannes. She's up there 3 times. Met her. She's a beautiful person too. First time I met Smoker Hannes, we'll give you a little story. I met her. She's with this dude, this guy, his goddamn Hulk Hogan biceps. You know what I mean? Up in there, trying to intimidate people and stuff. You know what I mean? He was up in there with his arms out and stuff. Like, he would not leave this chick's side. I mean, he was like glued to. I thought it was a man. You know what I mean? The way he was like rocking with her. Like, listen. I got respect for couples. I got respect for any love thing like that. I don't try to do anything like that. You know what I mean? But the way he was up on her, he was on a tight, like he was like a thong. He was like a thong. That's his nickname from now on. That's his nickname, Smoke. That man, your boy, his nickname is the thong.
You can't get any closer than that.
That's it, because he was up your ass, girl. Up your ass. He was there, which is a good thing. You don't know about cats, you know what I mean? But that dude's nickname was the thong. So when he see me next time, be like, "What up, thong?" He gonna know. You know what I mean? Let him know.
And yeah, at Smoker Hand is just one. It was wonderful meeting her. It was just wonderful people. It was such a pleasure.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yellow shots up in the crib. I stayed up in the crib. You know what I mean? For the last night out there in the con, I was chilled up in there last year. I was stayed up in the crib and everything else. Now we was chilling up there, and I had a great time. I had a great time up in there with her. And she had a couple of people up in there. You know what I mean? People we ain't gonna mention. We ain't gonna mention their names, these artists and stuff. She had them up there. But hey, your friends don't have to be mine.
Yeah.
You know all that.
Awesome stuff.
So what else are we talking about? We talking about I'm drinking now, got me drunk almost. I should have said I'm gonna change the rule.
What's gonna be the new rule, Tony?
It's gotta be $15 and up, because you're gonna kill me. You $15 and up, I'll do it. You know what I mean? If not, I gotta drink this beer, because I'm drinking beer. I got a long night to go. It's only 9 o'clock. They're trying to kill me tonight. Not saying that I want you to do it for $15, really trying to get you not to do it. All right.
We'll be ready next time. We'll be ready next time, both of us. So we don't pass out.
Don't change the rule. I'm not gonna Tim. All right. I'm glad. Listen, Timmy. All right, Tim. Listen, I'm not changing the rules. I'm just saying that this is what it's got to be. I'm just saying I'm trying to do the stream and I'm trying to get through it. I will eat some bagels and everything else, and I'll be prepared to take it. People are going to take me seriously. I think it's seriously and all that.
Peter says 15 plus a shot, 15 or just 15 or less drink from the thug mug.
Yeah, anything less will drink from the thug mug. You know what I mean? Take it.
Bagels. John says bagels. Well, you cannot just drink. You have to be ready. And this goes for everybody. I'm sure you all know, but yeah, you cannot just drink on an empty stomach. You don't want to pass out in 10 minutes.
Listen, I am I'm from Queens, New York. You know what I mean? So bagels is like a staple of my diet. Anyone from New York City knows what bagels mean to us in New York City. You know, bagels, knishes,
Nice.
all that Jewish Hebrew food, love it. I eat it all. I don't eat gefilte fish. You know what I mean? I won't eat gefilte fish. I won't do that. I don't do bagels with lox. You know what I mean? But besides that, I'm all with it. Mata ball soup and all that.
Nice.
I eat all that. You know what I mean? I do that. So
Fernandez tea. Shots, shots, shots. Hmm.
the rule, brother.
The rule was there first, but Tony, probably a thug mug, right?
Yes, exactly. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
If Lamar was here helping the brother out,
I promise I will have, I think I'm gonna have tequila next time. So for the next stream, I'm gonna have a tequila and I'm gonna have something to munch on so that I will not be, passed out within 10 minutes if people are gonna be so generous with the super chat. So
Mrs. trying to call a brother out. I'm gonna take it, shorty. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. You gotta worry about that. I'm seeing people up here. I have the Deontay Wilder fight. I actually bought the pay-per-view and it's upstairs and it's recording upstairs. So when it goes on, I'm here with y'all. I'm gonna watch it regardless as soon as it's over and stuff. So I buy every pay-per-view fight that I'm interested in watching. I do not stream them because I believe that the boxers, especially when we talk about sports people who put their life on the line every time as a boxer. So I believe that they deserve that money. So for that reason, I always purchase fights, even though I'm cool with Deontay Wilder, and most likely I could have went to Vegas and been ringside and everything else with his people because I'm cool with those people. I'm here today and I do purchase the fights because they deserve it. They put
it's supporting them. It's a support, yeah.
Boxing, they put their lives on the line for us out there just to be entertained. You can die. A lot of boxers have died this year from getting hit. So that's why I do that. But as I said, I am so confident tonight that he's gonna win this fight that I'm not even worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I'm not even worried. Luis Ortiz is a very good heavyweight and everything, but I ain't even worried about this fight right now. I ain't worried about this fight. He should have this go. We got Jake Cruz up in the building. He must.
Hey JD. Yeah.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? So we're talking about dance. Not dance. We're talking about dragons. No, if it was just going to be Dance with Dragons, probably would be the title of the show. I think they would do that title, Dance with Dragons, instead of House of the Dragons, right? So is the title House? Let's pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon is the title, right?
Yep.
So why wouldn't it be? We'll start screen sharing again. We'll go right back to that old screen share that we did before. All right, we'll pull that up real quick. Okay, so the title is House of the Dragon. All right, prequel show House of the Dragon. Beautiful Emilia Clarke, and real quick, I love Emilia Clarke. I've seen recently. I didn't even know that she had like some disease where she's on crutches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and she still maintains. I love Emilia Clarke. I love this woman, and you know what I mean. If she ever comes to Con, she better never come to Con of Thrones. Never.
Or come with a lot of bodyguards.
Better come with everybody.
Yeah.
Better be big dudes. Better be dudes, big dudes, and even if you're big, we're holding down the pound. So you know, it better be really big dudes. Because if not, Emilia Clarke, Don's coming for you. All right. You know.
And Alicia says Emilia is a damn trooper. Exactly. I did not know about what happened to her. Actually, I found out about it after the series was either over or right before the last season. And she survived things that are sometimes people don't survive it. So, and she still pulled it off and she still did how she did and she did great. So yeah, she's a trooper.
Maybe we'll touch on it right now. My next video that I'm coming out with that will be on Teflon TV is actually talking about Emilia Clarke and the nudity. She made a couple statements about nudity in her show, in her thing, and I'm going to touch on that.
Yeah,
I'm going to touch on it in this video, but if you want to touch on it, we can.
Sure. I mean, it's Emilia and her, and we're already on her topic. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do this.
All right. Well, we're gonna touch on nudity. Let me stop. She's scaring. She's scary. Jesus Christ.
Tony.
So
I like Tony like that too. It's very entertaining. So we need more super chats now. 15 and up. He's gonna have one
leave
more.
me alone. Leave me alone. I hate this. Quit messing with me. All right. I'm trying to get to the new
Yeah.
comments here. Oh, someone did ask earlier what
Mhm.
I was streaming with, and it's
Mhm.
StreamYard is what I'm streaming with. So if
Yeah.
anyone's looking to stream or wondering what I'm streaming, what this is, what program this is, it's StreamYard.
Mhm.
For some reason, it won't let me go down to the
Hmm.
new comments. All right. So we're gonna talk about Emilia Clarke real quick. Let me pull this up
Sure.
about what she said about nudity in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then Alicia mentions that Emilia has her new Christmas movie. I am I'm not into movies like that, but I know a lot of them are coming out yearly, and I heard that some of them are very entertaining. So why not support her? Definitely, I like her as an actress, or as an actor. So
She's doing
yeah.
Christmas movies.
No, this year she's doing a Christmas. She did a couple like more of a like love kind of stories. I'm not into that much, but a Christmas movie is a Christmas movie. So yeah, thanks Alicia for bringing that up.
All right, let me see if I can share
Hmm.
this with you on Facebook so you can have this.
Sure.
So you can read it because I'm
Yeah.
drinking. All right.
Oh, let's see.
My
Okay.
my 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 narration days are over for the night.
Well, not days, maybe just for today, but I think you can
Just for
still
the day, for the night.
just for the night, just for the night. We better do our narration before any shots or any super chats are done.
I'm telling you, what people don't want to know. I was going to do the whole stream on this
Mhm.
topic right here, but I didn't do it because I just figured I'm doing a video on an 8-minute video on it, so I did not do it. Let me know when you got that. I see Spots in the building. Let me tell you about I See Spots. I See Spots is the first ever person to subscribe to Teflon TV. First ever. No matter how many subscribers I get and I wind up with, I See Spots will always be the first person to ever say, hit the subscribe button for Teflon TV. And I got a special place in my heart for you. I See
Aw.
without a doubt.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see people coming back, and it's been many years. How many years, Tony? Now?
I don't know, longer than
You don't
all.
know? No, I'm just wondering about your channel. It seems like yeah.
I would have to say, Jesus, I don't even know. It's before the show was on.
You gotta add that up sometime. We have to have a party at some point.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I guess I gotta do
Yeah.
anniversary or something. I
Yeah,
figure
yeah,
exactly when I was on. Let's do anniversary party.
yeah.
No, but before
Celebrate.
everybody, I mean, the only person who did YouTube videos before me on Game of Thrones there were a couple of people that aren't around anymore that did it
Mhm.
during the same time. But the first person, I mean, it was History of Westeros was probably before there. Oh, we got a super chat from
Catherine Harding.
the beautiful.
Yes.
I like see it's nice and it's red. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I have to say, I've been here. Comic Book Girl 19 was out. Was she out before me though? She was doing that. She was doing videos, History of Westeros, but back then it was just us. It was really us. James Johnson, me, King McKay is in the building. You see that person? King McKay? Do you see him? He's in here
Let's
watching.
see.
Where's he at? There he is, right there. King
There
McKay.
you go.
I met King McKay at the Con of Thrones, and you can ask him right here in the chat right now. You can ask him, say, who was the person that insisted that you came up on the stage at Con of Thrones when you were in the audience, sitting there? Who was the person? Bring your ass up here, King McKay. You deserve to be up on here on this stage. Who was the person that did that for King McKay? Who was that? Was that the Don Tony Teflon that did that? I didn't believe so. But King McKay, thank you for repping. He came all the way from across the world. He was just hiding out in the audience.
The crowd, yeah.
And then when I heard his name, someone said King McKay. I said, King McKay? What? Why he deserves to be up on this stage just as much as everybody else. Though, although, I got reprimanded for that.
Oh, when was that? Which year was it?
That was not this year, but the year before that, I do believe. The Dallas year.
Hopefully they know better because it's, well, we'll see. Meaning like they will allow, because it's entertainment. It's fun. Yeah.
Look at this person, Fernando, at a room with IC. IC Spots. IC Spots is not a woman, is she? It's not what I'm talking about, bro.
Just showing love, Fernando Steve. Just showing love. Lots of love.
See, I got nothing but love for you, bro. I got Don. Listen, you the one consistently whoever super chats to me. I got nothing but love for you. I'm just saying that was the first. Don't get at me on that. You know what I mean? Don't get at me on that. Listen, I had. JD is up in the building. JD,
yeah, JD's here. Yeah.
That's JD the Dragon. Right there, my man JD, who be streaming Witcher videos and everything else like that. Is that who it is? I hope so. You know what I mean? What up, JD? What up? Hey, see you in a while. What up?
Yeah.
So do you have this article?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's screen share.
All right.
The people up here know exactly what we're talking about. So Emilia Clarke, my tongue's like a lizard. Ladies.
That's another stream, Tony, too.
Okay. It's pretty late. It's like a lizard. All right. Anyway, I'm drinking. Leave me alone. Here we go.
Perfect.
Emilia Clarke knew Game of Thrones scenes were hard. LMR, if you would please.
Sure.
Read it.
Alrighty, so speaking on actor Dax Shepard's podcast, she says she would cry in a bathroom before certain scenes, but adds this would have happened whether there was nudity or not. Her role as Daenerys Targaryen initially required her to take her clothes off quite a lot. She thinks it was necessary for the story, but that the show would be very different if it was made today.
All right, let's stop right there. So I know that people will probably look at this and say that, all right, so did she have a problem with the nude scenes? And she says specifically that she was crying, but she would have been crying regardless whether it was nudity or not. I'm going to have to take her word for this on it because she's bringing up anyway, that she's just not trying to save face. Because a lot of people are saying that, that now that she's not getting paid for Game of Thrones anymore, maybe she's not getting paid. Who knows how long she gets paid? That she's saying all this bad stuff about the show. I don't know if she's saying something bad. I'm just saying that this is probably her first big role. It seemed to me from watching the show that she did not have a problem with nudity, but maybe she truly did have a problem with nude scenes. If you would like to read on from that.
Sure. Okay. The actress whom from London got the part when she was 23, basically continuing. So she was 23 when she got that. It was her first big break in the industry, like you said, Tony. And then she says, I took the job and then they sent me the scripts and I was reading them. And I was like, oh, there's the catch, she told the podcast. Then she continues, quote, but I'd come fresh from drama school and I approached it as a job. Then she continues, if it's in the script, then it's clearly needed. This is what this is, and I'm going to make sense of it. Everything's going to be cool. Then she added, I'd been on a film set twice before then, and I'm now on a film set completely naked with all of these people, and I don't know what I'm meant to do. That's kind of scary. I don't know what I don't know what's expected of me. I don't know what you want, and I don't know what I want. She seems very confused at this moment. Regardless of being nudity, regardless of there being nudity or not, I would have spent the first season thinking I'm not worthy of requiring anything. I'm not worthy of needing anything at all. Then whether whatever I'm feeling is wrong, I'm going to cry in the bathroom, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do the scene, and it's going to be completely fine. That just sounds scary when
So we're going to talk about
oh
we're going to talk about that right now. All right.
mm-hmm,
All right. So from what we're hearing, Emilia Clarke, from what I'm taking from it right now,
mm-hmm,
is that she's a 23-year-old girl, right? And I know that there are a lot of people. I will say, I know my friend A.E. Packmule, who has a daughter who does stuff for Disney down there, and nothing considering what we're talking about, but basically she's she's in the Disney in the amusement park. Nothing what we're talking about, but she's trying to make her way in there for
mm-hmm.
doing what she's doing. And we're talking about a 23-year-old girl who just got casted in a role that most likely is could maybe she didn't realize how big it would be back then. But regardless, this is her first big break.
Yeah.
All right. And they did not come right from the beginning and tell her, hey, there's going to be nudity in this role. Like when she applied for the job, that was not put in the description of the job. Like you would think that like that should be put in the job. Now, LMR, if you apply for a job and nudity was involved, would you like that in the description of the job? Should that be in the description of the job?
Technically, things like that should be there. However, they are basing it off of a book that has already been written. So they may think that, oh, there is no omission. This is based on a book. So you should know what happened to. Technically, it's not secret because the book is out there and everybody knows what happens to Daenerys. However, the fairness of it, but again, the field that she's in, it's not fair. Definitely not fair. But new actors, women actors, they kind of they don't have to do what's given, but in order to get places, it's a sad truth. But I guess some of them have to do certain things.
Now, do you think that male actors face the same things in their career, that they get scripts where it says, because a male actor, usually when you hear nudity in the show, it's not going to be, I don't know what
Yeah.
Your dick, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be that. It's mostly going to be an ass shot for a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was an ass shot for her? A very fine ass that she had walking into that hot water. Oh
yeah.
Christ, I remember that.
Yeah.
I did. I'm taking a drink for that shot.
Exactly.
I love you. But as 23-year-old woman trying to break into the business, trying to get along with everybody, do you think that women have to deal with this a little bit more than men would have, and you feel that they took advantage of her at this particular time?
I think they took advantage of her because it's not listed, and AK makes a great point. Not everybody reads the books. That might have been just their kind of we didn't hide anything from you type of thing. It's there, it's out there if you actually read your stuff. But no, that wasn't right. And as far as women actors, I think there's this whole thing, right? To see women showing their breasts or their butts versus men just showing their chest, which is more often, you go anywhere to the beach and you see men without shirts. So it's not, it's nice to look at, but it's nothing shocking. We see a woman without her shirt on, well, it's gonna turn some heads.
Let
Yeah.
me explain to that real quick. Boobs are better than what men have to put on, right? So I just it's shocking to see women with boobs. There's no doubt, but I'm saying it's hard, because I'm a male. So I'm just like I've been shirtless many times, running around and stuff. There's something different about boobs than this man chest, right?
Well, obviously, because it's not seen in the public, right? You don't just go anywhere. Oh, there are boobs over there, boobs everywhere. No, that's why it's like more hidden. It's it's considered, I guess, art and like
Or-
beauty or part of art, I guess, if you look at it.
And goddamn Lauren's Corner is trying to I want to say this because Lauren's Corner, she always be trying to mess with me with this. But so I'm gonna say this anyway, even though it gives her more fuel for her fodder. Okay, all right. But I would say that, other parts of the body that are covered up, or like feet, are always covered up, right? People always have stuff over their feet, but they don't get the same consideration as boobs, right? So it's got to be something different between the female boobs than anything else. Maybe because you nurse on them. I mean, there's a lot of battles in the United States. About women over here just breastfeeding, like not allowed to breastfeed in public. People didn't want to see women breastfeeding in public. I have no problem with women breastfeeding in public. I have no problem with women doing anything with her boobs in public. I have no problem with women doing anything with anything she wants to do about anything in public. In all honesty, as long as she's not going to the bathroom, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I'm cool with everything with that whole situation. But so I think that there's a little bit of difference. We deal with the women's boobs and the man boobs. Man boob. Man, they don't have. You do have man boobs.
Yes, as far as the chest, just exposing your
yeah. But I don't know. I just think that boobs are something that that everybody, everybody gets fed on. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't see this with like when you. I don't want to compare them to animals or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm not in any way, but people don't go crazy about like cow. Like you see cow nipples, no man goes crazy like cow, right? That's what they get fed on. That things are animals, but women boobs are the most beautiful things in the world. So
it's probably the comfort, probably the warmth, and kind of like a combination of different things.
Warmth is good. I like the warmth. I like to be warm.
It's winter, right?
I love to be cold. I don't like to be cold. I like
yeah.
Catherine says a lot of babies aren't best breastfed, though. And that's true. But I think all babies, me personally, I think all babies should be breastfed.
It's healthier.
In
many cases, yeah.
I think they all should be. I think you should do it. But I'm not going to talk about.
We're talking nudity.
Advantage of LMR. You said yes. You do believe.
Yes, I think she was. But probably going into it, she knew that it may be a possibility in her future. She did not expect it because she was shocked by what she saw in the script. So she didn't know when she was signing up. She found out after she read it, and now it wasn't fair to tell her after she signed the deal.
Yeah, I believe I have to agree with that without a doubt. That there's no doubt that when you gave her the job, you should have told her right off the bat that, hey, this job includes nudity. Whether it's full frontal nudity, half frontal nudity, or back nudity, you should tell that person that's it. Because if I get hired in a job, you know what I mean? I get hired, say I was going to work at McDonald's, right? I wouldn't, but say I would. I did when I was younger. But as a grown man, I'm not working at McDonald's. Say I got hired at McDonald's and they said, hey, not only do you have to serve this Big Mac, you have to pull out your Big Mac, right? I didn't know that in the beginning. I don't want to show up there all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, the job requires you that you have the Big Mac out. Oh, LMR fell off. What happened? She just left me. And now I'm here by myself talking about the Big Mac. That is not fair that happened. That is not fair. God damn. Hey, Gabe, we got the folks there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But you got to tell me that. That has to be something that you tell the Don Tony Teflon before. Not that I have a problem with it anyway, but I'm saying you got to tell me that is what it is. Hopefully, LMR will be right back. I hope she comes back. And everything else. Oh, Dave, I got to disagree with you with that real quick. You know what I mean? The Big Mac. Oh, I see Smarts. Big Mac scared off Elamar. Maybe she did. I'm sorry, girl. But I got to tell you like it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna tell you it's chicken nuggets when it's the Big Mac. I ain't gonna tell you like that. I'm gonna tell you the deal. You know what I mean? So I got to tell you what it is right now. It's I don't know what happened. She got yanked off. I don't know what happened. She got yanked off. She lost connection. She will be rejoining in a second. Everything else. I'm not going to talk about whether the Impossible Whopper tastes good or anything like that, John. But I do believe that she caught the raw end of the deal. Let's go back to the screen sharing. When I do this and I'm over here at screen share, I'm not going to be able to see if Elamar comes right back right away. So hopefully she is by the time I'm done reading this. All right, here we go. Dealing with this right here. She says co-star Jason Momoa, who played her abusive warlord husband, helped her through the scene. Now, let's talk about that real quick. Let me stop. The way that it was portrayed in the show, all right, was that... Oh, 1 second. 1 second. I think I got a text from the girl real quick. I have to send Emma a new link. Give me oh no, she's back. She's good. You're back, girl.
Yep. Sorry.
It's fine.
No, I'm not scared, people. That's the scary part. I'm not scared. Go ahead, Tony.
All right, so what you're talking about is that she said that she was not scared of Big Mac, all right? She ain't scared of it. All right, anyway, besides that, she said that Emilia Clarke says that Jason Momoa helped her through the scene. All right. And it says specifically that her abusive husband in the show helped her through the scene. Now, in all honesty, I would say that was 100% put out there by the people who made Game of Thrones. Because in the books, Khal Drogo was not an abusive husband. So why do you think, I'm asking you, why do you think that the showrunners went with that this man is an abusive husband, when in the books it clearly states that he did not have sex with her until she wanted to do it?
Yeah, that scene, and I have to say, I'm kind of, there was the whole thing between differences between books and a show, and that scene gets me. That's one of the top scenes. I think the top scene that really ticks me off when I think about the changes they made, and they went with a completely different message. Completely different message. When I read the book, I was shocked that it was, and I read the book after I saw the show. But I think the reason why they're going with something like that is to have more views and to have more like oh my gosh, this, and there's more controversy to it. But that's kind of I don't want to say cheap trick, like hurting babies and hurting animals is a big no-no, like, oh, for tears, for the tearjerker. There's a better way of doing things. So they went, and I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why. Would it added to the story? Maybe because she changed him later on, because later they showed their great love and affection, and but that was not necessary. I don't think they could have done it differently. She didn't need to go through that to grow as a person. There could have been a different kind of growth. She didn't have to be shown as a wife of an abusive husband.
No, and let's talk about it real quick. When we look at the show and the scene, from what I remember, we see Khal Drogo pull up on his horse, and then Viserys and everything else, and you're gonna have that. And then he says the scene. He says, "Oh, I'd let all their horses have their way with you and him, if it meant for me having my army." And he drives away. He gives her the horse, and then you see her in the Don Tony Teflon's probably best position and my favorite position. say doggy style if that is. I do enjoy that position of sex. If y'all enjoy, I do. I enjoy it very much so. Very good at it. And we see her there, and we see her with the tears running down her face at that particular time. And and then we do see later on her seizing control of the relationship, basically just by getting on top of him. All right, and that's all it took. And it wasn't like she had to do anything. She wasn't going down there. She wasn't putting the tongue anywhere. She basically just sat on top of him. Like he'd never had a woman sit on top of him ever before. And all of a sudden, from the sitting on top position, he just all of a sudden he just had a love. I think that I hate to say it, but I will say that it has to do with race. It's a little race baiting type situation. This person of darker complexion is this tormentor who is raping her when they have these other people of a lighter skin that wouldn't do that. All right, that's what I took from it, and I think that's the only reason why I could see them doing it. It's more of a race type situation. You know, I don't think they would do. You know, we didn't have her do that with Jon Snow. You didn't have her do that with anybody else. But I would think that it's more of a situation like that. Like later on, I'm gonna say that they did later on when they had her with the who was that guy she was with that guy they showed? Dario. Jesus Christ. Why would you show him naked? He was
not my favorite scene, but yeah.
I've heard it from a million of women. You know, a million of women that he was not their favorite, but they showed her take power from him, like say, listen, you dress now, you do this now, you do this now. You know what I mean? So I just don't think that it was fair to the Khal Drogo character that they were just trying to portray him more as a I'm gonna say black. He wasn't actually a black man, but as a savage, and that he's so savage that he's just going to do what he wants to do to this poor innocent woman at this particular time, and she have to take it the way it was.
And then Alicia, sorry, go ahead.
MZ says it wasn't racial at all. Listen, I will put your comment up there, and if you want to express your feelings why you don't think it was racial at all, please put it in there. I'm not trying to say anything about anything, but what I'm saying, I'm not trying to hold back anybody else's opinion. If you feel that it wasn't racist, please put it why. But to me, as a black man, from what I'm seeing, it seemed to me that they were race baiting at that particular time. There's no other reason for them to have changed the books when the books specifically show that was not the case with Khal Drogo. And they tried to make him like a barbarian. When we look at Khal Drogo in the books, he has mansions, or not mansions, but we will call them mansions. But it's just for this stream, and towns and cities all devoted to him and stuff like that he can go through. But they tried to make it look like he was just sleeping in the everything else.
And then Alicia Kingston mentioned it here before, a little bit before that. She says D&D think surviving rape makes a woman grow in strength. It's the same reason they did Sansa the way they did with Ramsay's character. So that was I think there was a bigger uproar to Sansa's, from what I remember, to Sansa's rape scene, because technically both of them were rape scenes, in my opinion. And there was a bigger uproar to Sansa's.
We did not see the tears from Sansa, and we did not see the action. Like when we seen the Khal Drogo scene, I'm going to say this: we seen Daenerys' ass rippling, right? We seen the thrust. Like they showed the thrust of her butt rippling, right? Like the Hudson River, right? You didn't see that with Sansa. It was a fade to black situation there with the white dude, other than with the person of color.
And we just see Theon looking at that, so we kind of can see it in Theon's eyes, but we don't see what's happening. We can just imagine.
So whether you want to say it was the director who did that, when I seen that they tried to make it look like Khal Drogo was more of a sadist, or more of a he was more raping her than Ramsay was the true rape.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but they did not show that for that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Sansa Stark is bigger than Ramsay. You had this huge person of color
Yeah.
that dominated over this woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that was very
Yeah, very much not needed.
I didn't see Khaleesi Clue's comment go by, but she's in the building. I appreciate Khaleesi Clue's being in the building. Oh, she gets to a Kind of Thrones and comes in and hangs out with everybody.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
I wonder, like, for quick update for people who are in the chat, I wonder who's going, if they can say going or not. That would be awesome to see who's planning on going to the con. Or both, any con, whichever, because there are 2 coming up. So
yes, there are 2 cons. There are Song of Ice and Fire con and the Kind of Thrones. And if you're going to any of them, please put in the chat that you're going.
That would be great.
We would love
to see. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, with her, with Emilia and those scenes, then later on they changed it, so we almost later season everybody's covered up. There's like nothing. Their clothes are up to here, up to their necks, so we don't see anything that much, body showing that much. Nothing that we start with. The only thing that we end with over there is more of a war and politics, right? Of Game of Thrones. No sex and no violence in those ways. Yeah.
No
so
doubt.
They changed it, but they can. At that moment, she didn't have to. She didn't have to show her body. But later on, didn't she actually show when she burned down the what's the name? I forgot the place where the cows were gathering. When she burned it down, she actually said that it's her body, and she chose to.
Yes.
Yeah, so, she didn't have to, but she did.
She did. So that gets to this point. Now later on in the show, she's already well established as a character, right? So by the time that scene happened, you would think that she would have the ability to say something.
Yeah.
Right. Like right now, you can't recast her.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you can't just say, "Hey, we're going to get a new Daenerys Targaryen if you don't do this scene."
Mm-hmm.
Right? At that point, she has some type of power to say, "Hey, I don't feel like comfortable doing this scene."
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like for me that she did the scene at all. So do you think that she's just, I don't know, I don't want to say she's making this up and it really isn't anything. Do you think that she's, I don't want to say sour grapes, maybe she changed her feelings later on? Like, I don't know how to put it without being, I love you, Emilia, and I want you to look at this video and then say, "Careful, get away from me." Video. Don't say that. I would say that.
I think it's in the beginning when she got, because it was in the first role, the first bigger role she got. It was, I'm sure, stressful. You know, you're out there. Like she said, she has to be naked. She has to, you know, I'm sure she has a rope or something to get her to that scene. But again, it's not just, you know, camera. There are a bunch of people behind and things are happening to her. So it is kind of, maybe she's a professional. She's an actor. So she can tell it to herself, yeah, it's just the scene. It's just my job. Nobody, you know, this is normal. People do that. So that's one thing. But it's a different thing to actually say to yourself for the first time. But later on, as you grow as an actor and are more exposed to it, and yeah, this is just my job. This is the body. This is what I do. This is for entertainment for people. This is art. Film is an art. Some people pose. So I can see her being more comfortable with it, because there's nothing wrong with somebody's body. We see that's beauty. That's, I think, quite beautiful. And for those, yeah.
1 second, darling.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with certain people's bodies. I'm not gonna let that fly. Certain people, there's nothing wrong with your body. If you want to say like certain people are attracted to all body types, right? And I'm not saying if you got a certain type of body, you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's certain bodies that you want to see, you don't want to see, because I'm telling you, I've been to nude beaches, right? And I've had fantasies about nude beaches. Fantasies. Like, you're gonna go to a new beach, it's gonna be like this. I had that in my head. When I've gotten to these new beaches, it was nothing.
Nothing like that.
Oh no.
No.
IMC goddamn A. It was
no.
terrible. So there is something wrong. Some people You got to understand your limitations in life. You know what I mean? I know my limitations in life. I'm not challenging Deontay Wilder to a boxing match. I'm not, because I know my limitations. If I had to fight Deontay Wilder, I gotta have a gun or I have to have a bat. Right? That's it. If I have a bat or have a gun, I'll go head up with him. But as for in a boxing ring, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm not getting knocked out so everyone to see. I know my limitations. So people have to realize the limitations. So I'm not gonna say you could say Element, and I feel you if you say all bodies are beautiful. If you see the beauty in everybody, then hey, I'm not saying anything more. Tough line. I don't know about that.
To everybody's, I guess, people are attracted to different body types, like you said, but I guess there are all kinds of people out there. So I guess if somebody sees one body who they're attracted to, but somebody else is not, there's everybody or person for each one out there, I guess. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Let's say Melisandre, right? Versus Melisandre, who's 400 years old.
Yes.
Not everybody can compare. It's not a. Let's just say obviously the other Melisandre is sexy, and the other one just should kind of cover up because she looks very cold and like she needs a sweater.
She's more than a sweater. Listen, I'm not saying. Listen, gravity hits everybody, right? And I'm not saying anything. I have no disrespect for women. If women have, and gravity hits them, I understand that that's a part of life. If women have stretch marks or anything like that, or men, the stretch marks are a part of life, right? I don't think that any man should be held. You should say anything bad about a man he has stretch marks, or a woman they should have stretch marks, because stretch marks that's life. Certain things. But that was different. All right, we talking about little sons at 500 years old.
Yeah.
Saying shorty, Stannis Baratheon. I feel bad for my boy Stannis because he was really hitting the 400, 500-year-old chick instead of the one he was actually looking at, right? Which I don't really understand how that glamour works. All right.
He enjoyed himself. It must have worked for him.
He had a shadow baby with it. But I'm saying that if you have a glamour, right? Yeah. And the glamour is just basically an illusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of what the person looks like. If you are looking at the boob and it's supposed to be up here,
but
in reality, it's down here. When you go to grab that boob up here, you grab it. There's nothing there, right? I'm saying, well, you look technically about it. Right? It's just
it's interesting, right?
Right, because the boob's supposed to be up here. I'm
yep.
gonna this on the camera so you can see. But we've seen this chick's boobs was down to her belly button, which is, listen, as a woman, I would never discriminate against a woman for having boobs going down. That's not me, because I understand that life is life, But I'm saying in the show, for show purpose, he shouldn't have been grabbing anything. If it's glamour, if you want to go by the glamour trend, like something over top. Like if there was a glamour of a guy who had a 13-inch penis, but in reality he was 3 inches. When you go to grab 10 inches of it, you shouldn't.
Where's the other part?
You shouldn't be able to grab anything, right? It should be an illusion.
Yeah.
So I understand how that actually works. Me personally, you know what I mean? And I'm
never thought about that.
So maybe that is what it is. I don't understand. Maybe I'm drinking too much. Maybe I need to get off this. I don't know. But I'm saying when I think about it, it's the problem with the glamour.
Yeah, that's actually right now I'm picturing that lovely table. Plus, it must have been very uncomfortable because it was not just a regular table. It was a very bumpy looking table and there were no pillows. So yeah, that was a very interesting scene. Yeah, and at that moment, we don't know how old she is, right? We just get a glimpse of that later. And we think about that scene, like, how did they do? Like right now, you're thinking, what was he grabbing at that moment?
I mean, if you're going by glamour, what a glamour truly is, he shouldn't have been able to grab anything. I mean,
Anything.
it should have just like went through. They said, "Wait a second, there's supposed to be a boob here. Wait, down here. There's the problem."
Yeah. Somebody mentioned a ghost boob. Who was it? I think somebody mentioned that here. Oh, Kevin clearly said a ghost boob.
Yeah. Going on there, some type of shadow situation.
Yeah.
You know, that I ain't aware of and stuff. Thank God. You know, but that's what I think. I think it would be something I could block. What do you mean, Fernandez? See, I wish I could block myself in the chat. What do you mean? You want to leave me? It's like that.
I think the comments that he's making, and Chrissy says, Alicia Kingston, I think we need a ginger ale chat.
Tim from the basement says 13 inches. Man, I'm still short of the beat. Listen, I was just being out there. All right. We're not 13 inches from come on. Not real. And realistically, I don't think a woman wants that. Everyone can say what they think they want. All right. Realistically, no one wants no 13-inch dude. I mean, I couldn't imagine some chicks that really. I mean, if you need 13 inches to be satisfied, then you are unsatisfied woman your whole life. Because that you're not gonna run across that at all during your lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be truly unsatisfied your whole life. You need that, right? I'm sure I told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it. Goddamn.
Let's listen.
I went to this chick's house I was dating one time, and I was there, and at the time, if you heard the story before, leave it alone. But people hear it, whatever. But I went to this chick's house one time, and she was like, oh yeah, your condom. And I was like, do you have a condom? I actually don't have one on me at this particular time. And she was like, oh yeah, right underneath my bed. Reached under the bed. So in the box. So I went underneath the bed and I reached in the shoe box. It was a Nike box. You know, people have Nike boxes underneath the bed. I do. And then I had the Nike box and I pulled that and I reached for a condom and I grabbed this dildo that was there. I don't think she realized the dildo was in there still. I grabbed this dildo and I'm telling you, this was the dick of Chewbacca. This was a Wookiee dick.
Oh my God.
It was like this. I'm not lying. Like if you hit somebody upside the head with this, you would knock them unconscious. It was huge. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I grabbed this shit and I have big hands. I have huge hands. My hands are really big. And I grabbed this shit. It was like, and I was like, what the motherfucker did my hands just grab? And then she looked at me. She was like, "Oh, that's just a one-hitter quitter." I said,
"Oh my God,
one motherfucker hit a quitter." I was like, "If this is what you need, I got nothing for you. I would have to put my knee up in you in order to satisfy you." And I've never done the knee sex. I've never had to put my knee in someone. But if this is what you need to be satisfied, I am not the guy from the job because I do not have the dick of a fucking abominable snowman. I don't have that. I mean, this is me. If someone else does, God bless you. I don't. You know what I mean? Not no abominable snowman dick. I don't have no damn Wookiee dick. I don't have. I don't have that, and that was it. But I'm saying that was probably, and for her, maybe it was a fun thing, or maybe she, I don't know what it was. I don't know how you put that up in you. If you do, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, if that is what you need to do it, goddamn, I am not that man. I'm a regular human being, right? I'm not
wow.
I'm not Sasquatch. You know what I mean? You gotta know your role. But I was out of there. And after that was the last time I ever seen that shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think there was a comment here from, oh goodness, who said it? question was, did it actually make Wookiee sounds? Kevin clearly said, did it have Chewbacca sounds effect also?
It's like if you got if it did that, I don't know if it did that.
Oh my God, poor lady.
I will say that
Mm.
I do not reach underneath women's beds anymore. Anymore. I don't do it anymore. That was the first last time I did it. You know what I mean? I had never did that. I got out of that spot so good. I so fast. I made an excuse to leave, and I never went back. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is that?
My goodness. I mean, I just like I said, it's about what you do with it, not what you have down there.
I have what you do with it, and I know what to do with it down there too, but not like that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. You know,
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying that is that's an alien. You know, that's not a human being. That's something that's different in the world. And I'm saying that if someone needs to be satisfied with that, then they're an unsatisfied person for most of their life.
Yeah, it's I was when you mentioned that, I was wondering if you basically just reach down for like you know, like they have those funny toys, apparently not for use, but to kind of have there, like a statue thing. But apparently it was, she's admitted that she's using that. Well, I guess good for her. I don't know. Not that good. I don't know. Strange.
Listen, I'm just saying, people you
I mean,
use and you have fun with what you have fun with.
mhm.
You know what I mean? But I just think that, you know, I just think that I just don't think that, you know, if you're using that, I don't want to say nothing terrible. I'm trying to say this, you know, I normally I would just say this straight out. I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm saying if the Don Tony Teflon is down there, you know, doing the lizard thing, and I just happen to say hello, I don't expect it to echo back.
Echo. Yeah.
Right?
That's a very nice way of putting it, Tony. You said it so nicely. I did. That was my thought too. I mean, once you have to go upgrade to that thing, and you don't have any other things in there, that's your only thing. Not like, you know, once, you know, because you're feeling extra that day, and nothing else rattles in that box, then yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, if I say hello and it goes hello. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is the Grand Canyon down here. I ain't no mule back.
Yep.
Motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm getting fucking.
And if that's the case, then she should take care of that stuff, because it doesn't have to echo. From what I heard, and then dealing with psychology part of that, there are all kinds of psychologies. There's also sex psychology. So those who deal with that stuff, they can Google stuff, and there are things that can be done. Yeah, like, they don't have to echo.
I don't know if like vinegar is the snapback that snaps back into shape. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the case.
No, it's basically it's like a must. It's very, yeah. Let's not. I don't know how much into we're gonna go in here with that, but that's a very much area that can change shape, and if you take care of it, it's always gonna be. It will never echo.
I'm not. Listen, women, don't echo.
Don't echo. You don't have. Nobody ever has to echo.
And listen, unless you got Chewbacca in your crib, rocking with you, then there you go. But the Don Tony Teflon's anti-echo, and you echoing. Don't see me.
And just because somebody has a Chewbacca, I guess, toy under their bed, that doesn't mean that they echoing either. So hopefully that was not the case.
I'm gonna put. As she said to me, she said that it's a one hit. It was a one hitter quitter.
Okay.
But you did purchase it, right? It wasn't like it was given to you for free. You bought it. You spent money on it. There ain't no one quitter there to me.
Mm-mm.
That means you enjoy it.
That thing has to get some mileage.
You enjoying it. You can enjoy what you want to enjoy. I'm not the man for you. I'm not that man for you. I can't relate. That's not for me. I'm just saying, I'm just not the man for you. I'm honest with myself, right? I gotta be honest with myself, and I'm just not the man for you. Is maybe other men for you out there? Me, but this is not the Don. It ain't the Don right here. That's the way it is. These people
That
are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, aren't these the best? Mother of Kraken says this chat is killing me right now.
Everyone, you in the chat having a lot of goddamn fun.
GD as well, yeah.
You are, because this is supposed to be a serious.
This is supposed to be serious, Tony.
Yes, it is supposed to be serious. We're supposed to be talking about House of the Dragon,
which we did, right? We're good.
We did talk about House of the Dragon.
We did do it justice, yeah.
We did talk about Emilia Clarke. I'm still doing that video, 8-minute format, and maybe we'll talk about that more on the Lady and Don podcast. And get into more about this Emilia Clarke situation and just women in general that may be pressured into more nudity. We do see a lot when we do it. I'm sorry, I'm burping now. Jesus, it's terrible. Hiccuping, I mean. It's terrible. When dealing with nudity in Game of Thrones, we definitely seen Dan and Dave do something to spite the women viewers, right? So there was a lot of women viewers that complain about only the women are being shown nude in there. And then Dan and Dave definitely put that wart on that dude's penis up front, personally.
Yeah, it's not the kind of penis we would like to see. Thank you, D&D. Anywhere, screen or non-screen.
I'm telling you, if anyone wants to say anything like, oh, they didn't do that on purpose. Listen, they did that purposely because they heard of the criticism that they got with guys not showing nudity. They definitely put that wart on that dude's there and put it, and they had the camera zoomed in
right there.
Right there. And I'm telling you, these people, they're petty, and they're guaranteed that they did that on purpose just because they heard that criticism. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that was I don't want to see that. I did not enjoy that at all, even for entertainment. And every time I think I rewatched it, I kept forgetting that it's going to be on the screen. I would prefer to see Theon doing his thing versus that dude. No close-ups like that of any kind are needed ever again.
Yeah, Santavia. Am I saying the name Santavia? Am I saying that right?
Right now you said it, so Santivia Major.
All right. Let's say it.
I always say Santivia Major.
Top Shelf Fandom is in the building.
Hey, Justin. Awesome to see you.
It's not the penis the world wants, but it's the penis the world needs. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. I have to go with Dan and Dave on this one. I'm with them. There's no need for male nudity at all on any TV shows whatsoever. I'm just telling you how I feel. I don't want any of it at all. I think that if you look at the male nudity, I'm not willing to talk about it really, but Lamar can't. On Game of Thrones, I think that she will tell you that she could have gone without it.
Let's see. There was not that. I mean, I think whatever I was impressed with was just shirtless guys over there because Dario's behind. I mean, great, sure, fine, okay, nothing wrong with that. But it's not like it did something extra to me.
You see, so I don't know if she's frozen up. If she has frozen up, she is frozen up in the most beautiful position.
Oh my gosh, I keep freezing. My goodness.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm back. I keep freezing from time to time. Yeah. So as far as Game of Thrones, I have to say that I was not. It was okay. I think the sexiest nudity part of it was, I guess, Khal Drogo for me. Again, and there was not that much nudity. It was just his chest. That's all. However, I have to say, Tony, there's this old series, Spartacus,
Oh my
and I would not want to have them erase some of those scenes because they were
God.
very pleasurable. Cute
Not for
little
me.
cat.
I will say that Spartacus, I hated it. I like the show itself,
Hmm.
but Jesus Christ, when you talk about craziness,
Hmm.
they was all about the male nudity in that show.
Yes.
They would, if you women want to talk about male nudity and you want to see some men,
Hmm.
Spartacus was the show.
Yeah.
I mean, without a doubt, they definitely put that out there in Spartacus for you women.
Right
That was
there.
definitely woman based because there was not that much female nudity in it, really, when you look at it.
There was some scenes in a bath, but there was more of like it was just normal thing, and for guys it was like, yeah, and the Smoker Hunter says yes. So
I'm saying for you women, Spartacus was a
yeah.
great show for you. That there
Hmm.
wasn't that much female nudity that I remember
Hmm.
in it. But but for male nudity, Jesus
Hmm.
Christ, too much. All over.
I think that's the show that has the most below the waist kind of nudity for guys ever that I've seen as
Yeah,
a show. Yeah.
I would say without a doubt, it definitely was. They definitely, I think that they could have uh, Edwin Martin. I don't know, I don't know nothing about that. Edwin. I'm saying it's quite possible. With the Don Tony Temple, I don't know nothing about.
Yeah, like Lady said, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Listen. For all the people that were
Yep.
interested in that, women and men, whatever you're interested in male nudity and all that, then hey, that was the show for you. Especially
Hmm.
if you were interested in male nudity because they had them dudes, them slave dudes, butt naked and covered in baby oil,
Hmm.
covered in.
Like literally, they were covering themselves
Oh no,
in
that
oil and just rubbing it in.
there was no doubt. There was all up in baby
Yep.
oil. And out there, and it's just like there's no doubt that's what they use. It's like put more baby oil, in him, because those dudes were shining, they was
Hmm.
sparkling. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Without doubt. So no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Listen, I liked the show the first season until the actor died. Got
Yes.
cancer. The lead actor, Clay Spartacus,
Hmm.
had cancer and he passed away, and that's why they didn't go into
Hmm.
it. I think with him added, I think to me the problem with Spartacus was this that they it's rushed through the first season was just too much. This guy came from the slave or whatever, they bagged him up,
Yeah.
but then all of a sudden he was just a champion. He beat the undefeated Gaul, then he beat the guy who wasn't undefeated, the guy who came back out of retirement, and he beat him
Hmm.
too. And he had sex with the chick who was the blonde haired chick, and it was just too much in one season.
Mm. It
I
was
could,
intense, very intense.
yeah, it was just too much, and that's the reason why I think that the show didn't
Mm.
go anywhere after that. It was just too much about
Mm.
it. Then they changed the actors after that. The next guy who played Spartacus just didn't hold. He was not the same. Wasn't the same. It changed the black chick that Crixus was dating. It changed her character. I just didn't
Hmm.
like the way they
There were a
changed.
lot of changes, but I have to say that I actually enjoyed it quite a lot for different reasons. But I kind of wanted to see past some of the stuff that was kind of annoying, and then I went with the story. I enjoyed it, and not just for the nudity, definitely not for that. It was a nice twist.
Let's be real, Elamar.
Sorry.
Did you enjoy it for mostly new? If you had to put the show with nudity and actually storyline that you enjoyed it for, how much of the nudity did you enjoy? Lynn,
The
25%?
thing is that first season there was a lot of nudity and a lot of, I guess, drama in it. I love there were okay. I always say sex, violence, and chaos. My thing. Love that. So there was a lot of sex, a lot of nudity, a lot of violence. They had those slow motion things, and that's the only show that I didn't mind it in. I hate slow motion stuff. I hate those splatter.
They did
That show was
that. And no, I
Mhm.
always thought it was hilarious because I always had people
Yeah.
like, "Ah!"
Yes.
and then, "Ah!"
Exactly.
And then the sweat. They never. I always thought that South Park always parries everything. There's parodies, and they never did that at Spartacus. And I was like, why didn't South Park do that? Because they used to do everything. But that was the funny part about it to me. It was like Yeah. The first season was cool, but after that, it got a little bit boring. But go ahead.
See, so I'm just saying, like, for the first season, I liked it for both, but I stayed for the story because later on, you don't see as much nudity there and as much, I guess, sex. There's a story, and I just follow the story. Obviously, there's love story there as well. There is sex. But I stayed for the story, which is surprising with me. But no, the story, I like the story. Like, yeah, I did.
We're going percentages here, Elmo.
Percentage?
Yeah.
Throughout the entire series, if you would group it together.
Did you stay for the story, or did you stay?
I did stay. It's weird, but I did stay for the story. I did stay for the story. And I'm surprised as well. I am surprised. I would say 40% nudity and sex and 60 story. I know.
All right, that's good. So that's good. A little bit favoring the story.
Yes, favoring the story. But again, first season, a lot.
Nudity, you were happy for it.
Oh yes, I very much so. Very, very beautiful people over there.
No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt about
Yeah.
it. Me and the people in the chat ain't jealous. We ain't jealous at all. We report the facts. That's what it is. But no, I like the show Spartacus. The first season, the second, the prequel what they did with Gladius, I thought was good. But after that, I thought that they, it just, and it's not their fault. The guy died of cancer and stuff. It's not their fault of that. But I do think they rushed. I don't know if they rushed it because they knew that was the case or whatever. But I think that's what robbed the show of everything and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was very brutal show.
Very.
It was very like I remember one scene. The guy that he's a nobleman or whatever, and he came in there and he says to one of the slaves, he's like, "Do you like women?" Or like that or something like that. And the slave says something. He's like, "Well, then I'll have your ass." And he just bent him over and just started having sex with him. It was like, it's just at that time to be in a position of someone who is so much more physically dominant over this person, but yet you have no choice but to allow this man to sexually assault you and have his way with you. Is just and it was really like that back then. I guess say that it was because I don't live back then. This is what they're showing. It just must have been a horrible way to live.
Yeah.
To have that to do anything, no matter what privileges you whatever you got, to have someone so much dominant over you, that they would just be able to do this way. And I don't want to talk about slavery or anything like that, even though that was dealing with slavery.
Yeah,
just a disgusting way that you had to live back there.
That's actually one of the reasons why I enjoyed the show for the story, because it showed the struggles that they all went through. There was so much. It was not just one storyline, but it showed what a person has to do to survive, and they had no way of saying no. There was this one, I guess she was a slave, and she was only supposed to be just a helper to this Damina, whatever her name was. I forgot her name. And she ended up being a sex slave at that moment without even knowing. And she had a husband. That slave had a husband, but she was still forced to have sex with this dude next to her. So there's that's why I love the show, because it's not a simple show. There's a lot of drama there, a lot of pain that people had to go through.
Yeah, it's a terrible way that people had to go out and and they had to deal with situations like that. Definitely. People are talking about Watchmen. I have not watched Watchmen. I'm not a big Watchmen fan myself, so I never actually had watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either. Yeah.
At all. I think we're gonna have to wrap this up right here.
Yeah, we've been going on for about 2.5 hours or so. Yeah.
Hours and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to bounce up off this.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
what a treat.
That we talk about. Obviously, subscribe to the Lady and Don podcast. I will have a new episode on
Yep.
Wednesday. Probably recording on Tuesday. Tuesday recording, and we'll have an episode on Wednesday. Definitely subscribe to the Lay It Down podcast. Subscribe to LMR, Live My Rhapsody channel. You know, subscribe to the who's dudes who stopped by here tonight and chilled with us for a little bit. Well, subscribe to the Dragon Demands channel. With a channel out there. Subscribe to Top Shelf Fandom. Justin, who rocks with us and most likely will be on the panel with us on this year's con and all that. Subscribe to who's the other dude? Australian dude who stopped by.
Oh my gosh, my memory is failing me right now. A lot of great people here, and I'm not sure if
I can't think of it right now. Someone put a name real quick. Australian cat who stopped by here from Australia. I'm sorry, man. I'm drinking a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Australian dude who just stopped by here
and Alicia Kingston is posting some different links here. We have Dragon Demands. That's one of them. Yep.
Who's the Australian?
Sub to King McKay.
King McKay.
Yeah.
King McKay. Subscribe to King McKay channel.
Thank you, AK. She's posting them links like crazy. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, AK runs this right here.
Yeah. Khaleesi Clues as well. Thank you.
Oh, New Zealand. I'm sorry. He's from New Zealand. New Zealand, Australia, it's the same shit. All right? It's the same goddamn shit. Same shit. I get hit on by some chick in New Zealand, actually. My homegrown stuff.
Are you surprised, Tony? You shouldn't be surprised by things like that. We're not.
I don't know.
There you go.
Now, Christy of Olson, thank you for rocking with us. JD the Dragon, thanks for coming on Smoker Highness. Thanks for rocking with us. We'll be back next time on the live stream. Until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.